Hello everyone, hope you all are fine. So we are starting volume 3, that is Current Affairs Revision Prelims 2020. So stay tuned with us, share our videos with your friends, subscribe to our channel. Okay. So we are starting History and Culture. First one is Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray. Okay, Whites in News, hydroxychloroquine or HCQ, the anti-malarial drug touted by some as a potential weapon against COVID-19, has put the spotlight on Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceuticals Limited, founded by Prafulla Chandra Ray on April 12, 1901. Okay. The company became the first Indian company to manufacture quality chemicals, drugs, and pharmaceuticals and home products, employing indigenous technology, skill, and raw materials. Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray is known as father of Indian chemistry. He discovered the stable compound mercurous nitrate in 1896. The British government honoured him with the knighthood in 1919. In 1920, he was elected General President of the Indian Science Congress. Prafulla Chandra Ray authored, among other books, The History of Hindu Chemistry from the earliest times to the middle of the 16th century AD, a book that documented India's indigenous chemical practices starting from the Vedic era. Okay. Next one is Chamba Buddha statue. The picture is here. Okay. Whites in News, to generate awareness about and promote various tourism destinations of India, the Ministry of Tourism has launched the Dekho Apna Desh webinar series. It provides information on the rich culture and heritage of the country and share the depth and expanse of the destinations in India. As part of the ongoing series, the Ministry of Tourism conducted its 5th webinar on the rich heritage of Ladakh, titled Ladakh Explore the Unexplored, on 20th April 1920. Okay. Next one is Indian Council for Cultural Relations, that is ICCR. Whites in News, Indian Council for Cultural Relations, ICCR, observed its 70th Foundation Day on 9th April 2020. It is an autonomous organization functioning under the Ministry of External Affairs, that is MEA. It is involved in India's external cultural relations, cultural diplomacy, through cultural exchange with other countries and their peoples. It was founded in 1950 by Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Independence India's first education minister. ICCR has been assigned the responsibility of facilitating the celebration of the International Day of Yoga by Indian missions post abroad since 2015. The ICCR runs 36 cultural centers across the globe. Classical dance, music or Hindi and Sanskrit language classes are continuing at most of ICCR centers via Skype and other applications without hindrance. ICCR, which is the only soft power institution of the country which plans to focus more on areas that have so far largely remained neglected, like Indian literature, Indian artisans, and also Ayurveda. Next one is Chakhao. Whites in News, recently Chakhao, the black rice of Manipur, has bagged the geographical indication, that is GI tag. Chakhao is a scented glutinous sticky rice which has been in cultivation in Manipur over centuries and is characterized by its special aroma. The rice is black in color and takes the longest cooking time of 40 to 45 minutes due to the presence of fibrous bran layer and higher crude fiber content. It is normally eaten during community feast and is served as Chakhao kheer. Charcoal has also been used by traditional medical practitioners as part of traditional medicine. Okay. Next one is Gorakhpur terracotta. Whites in news. Recently, the Gorakhpur, that is in Uttar Pradesh, terracotta has bagged the geographical indication GI tag. The terracotta work of Gorakhpur is a centuries old traditional art form where the potters make various animal figures like horses, elephants, camel, goat, ox, etc. with hand applied ornamentation. Some of the major products of craftsmanship include the Hoda elephants, Mahavatar horse, deer, camel, five-faced Ganesha, single-faced Ganesha, elephant table, chandeliers, hanging bells, etc. The entire work is done with bare hands and artisans use natural color which stays fast for a long time. There are more than 1000 varieties of terracotta work designed by the local craftsmen. The craftsmen are mainly spread over the villages of Gorakhpur district. Okay, next one is Kovilpatti Kadalai Mithai. Whites in news. The famous Kovilpatti Kadalai Mithai has been granted the geographical indication GI tag. Kovilpatti Kadalai Mithai is manufactured in Kovilpatti at adjacent towns and villages in Thoothukudi district in Tamil Nadu. It is a candy made of peanuts held together with glistening syrup and topped with whips of grated coconut dyed pink, green and yellow. The groundnuts are grown in the native black soil in and around Kovilpatti. It is made using all natural ingredients such as the traditional and special vellum, jaggery and groundnuts and water from the river. Thabir Barani is used in the production which enhances the taste naturally. Okay. Thamir Barani used in the production. That is quite important. Next one is Dekho Apna Desh. It is an initiative of the Ministry of Tourism. It is in line with the appeal of the Honorable Prime Minister made from the ramparts of Red Fort on 15 August 2019 in his speech asking every citizen to visit at least 15 destinations by the year 2022 to promote domestic tourism in India, which is intended to enhance tourist footfalls in places of tourist interest so as to help develop the local economy. During the lockdown period, the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, as part of its ongoing engagement with industry and its audiences, is organizing webinars on the overall theme of Dekho Apna Desh. The first webinar of the series, titled City of Cities, Delhi's Personal Diary, touched upon the long history of Delhi as it has unfolded as 8 cities. The objective of this webinar series is to create awareness about and promote various tourism destinations of India. Next one is Darbar Move. Just go with this map thoroughly. Whites in news. First time in 148 years, the Jammu and Kashmir administration has decided to halt the annual shifting of capital called Darbar Move from Jammu to Srinagar due to the ongoing COVID-19 crisis. Darbar Move is the name given to the biannual shift of the Secretariat and all other government offices at Jammu and Kashmir from one capital city to another. From May to October, governmental offices are housed in the state's summer capital, Srinagar, and the other 6 months in its winter capital, Jammu. The tradition was started during Dogra rule in 1872 by Maharaja Ranbir Singh. It involved shifting of the Maharaja's government to Jammu to escape the harsh winters of the Kashmir Valley, which in the 19th century used to result in the valley being cut off from outside the world. Darbar Move acts as a bridge between two diverse cultures of the Kashmir Valley and the Jammu region. Next one is Soharai Khovar painting. Just go with this painting. This is Soharai Khovar painting. Okay, Jharkhand's Soharai Khovar painting was given the geographical indication GI tag recently. It is a traditional and ritualistic mural art being practiced by local tribal women during local harvest and marriage seasons, using local, naturally available soils of different colors in the area of Hazaribagh district of Jharkhand. It is primarily being practiced only in the district of Hazaribagh. However, in recent years, for promotional purposes, it has been seen in other parts of Jharkhand. Traditionally painted on the walls of mud houses, they are now seen on other surfaces too. The style features a profusion of lines, dots, animal figures and plants, often representing religious iconography. Okay. In recent years, the walls of important public places in Jharkhand, such as the Birsa Munda Airport in Ranchi and the Hazaribagh railway station, among others, have been decorated with Soharai Khovar paintings. Okay, this is very important. Next one is Telia Rumal. Telangana's Telia Rumal was given the geographical indication GI tag recently by the Geographical Indications Registry headquartered in Chennai. Telia Rumal cloth involves intricate handmade work with cotton loom, displaying a variety of designs and motifs in three particular colors, that is red, black and white. It can only be created using the traditional handloom process and not by any other mechanical means as otherwise. The very quality of the rumal would be lost. During the Nizam's dynasty, it was patronized by rich Muslim families and the Nizam rulers. The officers working in the court of the Nizam would wear the Chituki Telia Rumal as a symbolic representation of status. Telia Rumals are offered at the Dargah of Ajmer Sharif in Rajasthan by devotees. Telia Rumal were worn as a veil by princes at the erstwhile court of the Nizam of Hyderabad and as a turban cloth by Arabs in the Middle East. Next one is solarization of Konark Sun Temple in Odisha. Whitesin News. Union government has recently launched a scheme for 100% solarization of Konark Sun Temple and Konark town in Odisha. The scheme will meet all energy requirements of Konark town with solar energy, which is made under PM Vision to develop the historical Sun Temple town of Konark in Odisha as Surya Nagari. This aims to convey a message of synergy between the modern use of solar energy and the ancient Sun Temple and the importance of promoting solar energy. It envisages setting up of the 10 megawatt grid connected solar project and various solar off grid applications such as solar trees, solar drinking water, kiosks and off grid solar power plants with battery storage. It will receive 100% central financial assistance CFA support of around 25 crore through the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Odisha Renewable Energy Development Agency will be the implementation agency of the project. Next one is Konark Sun Temple. Here the picture of temple. Konark was built by King Narasimha Deva I of the Ganga dynasty 1238 to 1264 AD in the 13th century and is located in eastern Odisha near the sacred city of Puri. The temple is designed in the shape of colossal chariot. It is dedicated to the sun god. There are 2 rows of 12 wheels on each side of the Konark Sun Temple. The 7 horses are said to symbolize the 7 days of the week. Okay, the temple was used as a navigational point by European sailors. They referred to it as the Black Pagoda due to its dark color and its magnetic power that drew ships into the shore and caused shipwrecks. It is the culmination of Odisha temple architecture. It was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Hope you like our session. Share our videos with your friends. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.